everyone, and welcome back to a brand new speed build. Today I have some StrangerVille apartments for you guys, and they also have a music shop and a bar, and I am so excited to share this because I absolutely love how this turned out. It's one of my favorite homes I've ever done, or built, I guess, that I've ever done, and I'm really surprised by how it came out, but I'm really happy with it, so yeah, I hope you guys like it. But obviously this is built in StrangerVille, and I have honestly been kind of avoiding building StrangerVille for my save file. If you've been here before, you know that I almost never build in this world, mostly because it's just not like architecturally any styles that I'm comfortable with. You can either build in the kind of like, I don't know, don't remember what the part of the world is called, but like it's kind of up on a hill and it's a little bit more fancy, and like up there it's supposed to be like Victorian homes, and I love me a Victorian home. I just struggle with them so much, so I build them so rarely. And then this part of the world is more like the town part, and it's supposed to be very Western, and I never know what to build here, so I have kind of just been putting StrangerVille off to the side for my save file, but I knew I needed to do something, and so a couple of months ago, when I started building this, I went into StrangerVille and kind of just looked around. My first, like, plan was to not build on this lot at all. I was going to build a more, like, bungalow style house, because that's also something that is in this part of the world. You can kind of see, like, across the street from there's a little trailer park, which I have built a trailer for, I don't know, like, a couple of years ago, but, like, otherwise, like, kind of outside of like the immediate town area, like kind of across the street from this, there are some like more like bungalow homes, and I was going to build something like that at first, but then I was looking around and I was kind of like, I kind of want to build something else, and then again I was looking around, and I noticed that the builds in this part of the world, a lot of them, again, like in the town center, they seem to be these like shops, and then on the top of them they're probably like some apartments or something like that. So I was like, I kind of want to do something similar, because I didn't want to do a build that like sticks out too much. And originally I was going to build a bar here. Like I've tried to build a bar here like once or twice before, and it just never works out. So instead I tried to do this, and I went off a couple of different like inspiration pictures from Pinterest. I don't remember if there was like one specific one. I think it was just like a few different ones, but I really liked the idea of having like two builds being kind of like connected, but then like they're not connected to like anything else, but these two builds are connected, because again, looking around, that seems to be kind of how it is. Like the builds are connected, but they look different, if that makes sense. Like they have different bricks or different windows and stuff like that, and that's kind of what I wanted to do with this. So the part that is like 3 stories, that has the kind of more like brown brick on it, that, and like the corner, I don't know what to call it, the angled corner, you know what I mean. That was like one of the main things I wanted to do, was to have that like angled corner, just because I felt like that was so fitting for this, and I've been wanting to do a build with that feature for a very long time, and so I felt like it really fitted for this. But anyways, that part, the bottom part, where I have those like big industrial loft kit windows, by the way, yeah, those windows are from industrial loft kit. I love them, and I felt like it fitted so well. I did struggle a little bit with the windows for that specific part of this build, because I was like, I don't know what I want. I want some bigger windows, but I don't know what I want. But then I realized that those fitted so well, so I used those. But on like exactly on that part of that build, or yeah, on that part of this build, I'm confusing myself here. That is where the bar ends up being, and then kind of behind that, you will see on the left there's this small little bump out. That's where you can enter and go into like a hallway that also has some like laundry space and stuff like that, and that is kind of like how you get into the 2 apartments that are also on that part of this build. So again, with the like brown brick part and the left part of this build, let's say, there ends up being 2 apartments, one on each like floor. Obviously the bottom floor is the bar, and then the like hallway and like a shared laundry space, and then again there's up being 2 apartments, and one is a 1-bedroom and the other one is a 2-bedroom. I will talk a little bit more about the people, or the Sims I imagine living there, in a second, but yeah, that's what that is in that part of the build. I don't know what I was saying there. And then the other part of the build, like the right side of the build, I feel like the build is starting to lose meaning for me. But But like the right side where it has like this more like reddish brick, that ends up, the bottom part ends up being a music store, which I'm so excited about, and we'll talk about it in a bit. But the top part ends up being also a small little apartment. So there ends up being 3 apartments, and then again a bar, a music store, and like a little bit of like a shared laundry space. And yeah, I'm just so happy with how this turned out, and I really hope you guys like it too. I feel like it really fits in this world, and I tried to make it a little bit more like run down, so you will see both on the exterior and the interior, and add like stains on the wall and cracks on the walls and stuff like that, just to make it fit in, because I felt like this entire like part of this world, it's not like abandoned, but it's this like kind of Western style. And again, I feel like in a movie, this is a place where like tumbleweeds would go through. Like this could be like an abandoned town. It's not, but I feel like some, cracks in the walls and stains and stuff like that just fit it in. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. There also ends up being a little bit of a like trash part in the back. That sounds really weird. But I had this space, and I made a little like dumpster part, and it's really weird, but I really like it. And again, I went all out with the clutter as always for this build, and again, I'm just so happy with it. But I want to talk about a few different things for this build. Yeah, so again, this is kind of an amalgamation of, is that how you say it? I think so. A few different pictures I saw on Pinterest. So I wish I could like show you just one, but I don't remember. And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think I saw someone a couple of months ago post a picture on Pinterest, not on Pinterest, on Twitter, of a build they had done in StrangerVille. Like I think it might have been on this lot. I don't know. That was kind of similar. That had like the same idea, and so I didn't copy that one. I didn't even look too much into it because I saw it like in my feed, and then I was like, oh no, I've just started a build like this, I don't want to copy, so I kind of just let that be. So if you know that build, I promise I did not copy that. I did not want to at all. Like I was trying really hard not to. But yeah, again, I just wanted to mention that because in case that creator sees it, because that build was absolutely incredible, and I promise you I did not copy you. I'm so sorry if it looks like it. I am so so sorry. But yeah, also apparently my voice is dying, so great, this video is off of a great start. But yeah, so talking a little bit more about the build again. So the right part, the brown brick part, is kind of the part of the build you will see me do first. Okay, so something happened to my PC, and I really hope that this voiceover didn't get messed up, because if that's the case, then I am screwed. But anyways, so again, the right or the left part, the brown brick part, is the part you will see me furnish first. And so you will first see me do the like bar area, and then you will see me do the 2 apartments. But for the exterior, I knew I wanted to go with these like base game windows for the top half, because they seem to be everywhere in this world, and I don't know why. We have actually these windows. We have them from base game. We have like another version of them with like a little bit of a different decoration on them from Vampires, and then I think we have one version, if it's like the 3-tile version or if it's the 2-tile version, I don't remember, that is from City Living. So again, I know the 1-tile windows are from base game. The 2-tile one might be from City Living. I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, I knew I wanted to use them because again, you can even see like in the background of the lot and the building, all like they are everywhere. So I decided to use them, and then again I decided to use the industrial loft kit windows on the bottom just because I felt like they fitted. And then I did add some flower boxes. I was a little bit unsure of whether I should use them or not because I felt like they didn't really fit in, but then in the end I feel like they do. So I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I feel like they fit in the end. But then on the 2nd floor, I didn't do this on the 3rd floor. I don't know why, like I don't remember why. I started building this again a couple of months ago, and then I finished this like a month ago. So you will see stuff from the Lovestruck expansion pack towards the end of this build when I had gotten that AP, but when I started this, we did not have that expansion pack out yet. But on the 2nd floor, I put these like, I don't know what you would call them, but like bars. I want to say grails. That is not what it's called at all. But you can see like these like window bars thingies, and I love that detail so much. It's probably something that no one else is gonna notice, but I love that detail so much. We have a few new ones actually from the Lovestruck expansion pack, but again, when I started building this, I didn't have the expansion pack, so I used some debug ones that I don't remember where they're from. They might actually be from the StrangerVille game pack. I don't know. Also, if you heard someone in the background, that would be my dad coughing. You might hear that a little bit because my dad is sick, so I am so sorry if you hear that. Also sorry if you hear any cats in the background. But again, that is just like such a little detail that I absolutely love. And then all throughout this build, I like placed like graffiti everywhere again because I felt like it just fitted. You can see again on the like surrounding buildings and stuff like that in the world, they have graffiti on them. They have some like, I don't know, they're just kind of not dirty but like run down a little bit. And so again, I wanted this build to like fit in this world, and I feel like I ended up doing that. And then for the right side of this build, again, I want to say like more reddish, but it ends up being also a brown brick, but it has a little bit more of a red undertone, I think. The reason I used that brick is because on top of that building, I used this like roof decoration, which I don't think I've ever used before, but I think it's not from base game. I was gonna say it's from base game. We have similar ones from base game, but the one I used in this is from the StrangerVille game pack, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, it's this like roof decoration, and I don't know how to explain it, but it looks like a Western style roof, and I never use it because I never know how to use them. But for this one, I sized two of them down on the sides, and then I used one bigger one in the middle to kind of give the effect of, again, this like Western roof where they have like different heights of the roof. It's really weird, but I feel like it fitted. And obviously that decoration comes in like specific swatches, so I had to go with the matching brick for that. But for the windows on that side, I decided to use some Discovery University ones because they just fit so well. In general, for this entire build, I will say the packs I use probably the most are obviously StrangerVille, Horse Ranch, weirdly, and then I was gonna say Discovery University, but I think that's mostly just the windows. And then I don't remember, probably like Cats and Dogs and like a bunch of other ones. Okay, of course, all the packs will be listed down below as always, but also this was not like pack restricted, so they probably have like all the packs, to be honest. But I think definitely Horse Ranch is like another pack that I use so much. You can see it when I go in to do the bar, and then in the apartments as well, just because it works so well with like the rustic style, which is kind of what this is. Also, apparently, like both StrangerVille and what's the world that we got from the Horse Ranch XP? What? EP? Chestnut Ridge. Both of those worlds are supposed to be based off of like Nevada, however you pronounce that, and Arizona, I'm pretty sure. So, and like New Mexico. So it makes sense that they have like similar styles. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that you will see so much of Horse Ranch, which I'm so happy that we got that pack, because now builds in StrangerVille are gonna be so much easier. But then also, again, for the windows on the like right side of the build, I wanted to have like bigger windows looking into what ends up being the music shop. When I started building this, I didn't know what I wanted that part to be. I was debating until I was like going in to do decorations on like what I wanted there, because I wasn't really sure. But then I decided to do it into a music shop, because we have this like sign from StrangerVille that has a bunch of different like, I don't know what to call it, a bunch of different like prints on it, decorations on it, signs on it, I don't know how to explain it, but it's this kind of chunky sign, and again, it has a bunch of different ones, and they have like some random ones that I like never use. They have ones that look like they would be for like a grocery store, ones for like a car dealership or something like that, and they have two for like a more like a music store, so that's why it ends up being a music store, and I really like that idea. And again, I will kind of go in depth talking about like this, not the storyline, but like the person I imagine having that music store and like who lives above it and stuff like that. But anyways, again, the windows, I wanted to have like bigger ones looking into the store, and I decided to go with ones that we got from the I think the For Rent expansion pack, I'm pretty sure. And then the door I used into that is, I think, also from Discovery University. I liked it because it had this like chunky door frame and it just fits so well there. It's kind of a random door to go with, but I really like it. But yeah, anyways, I don't think there was anything else I wanted to mention about the exterior. I do end up using this, or like putting this debug like trailer on the back of the build, just because again it fits in with this entire world, because all around you can see like trailers and cars and like military vehicles and stuff like that, obviously, because it's Strangerville. If you didn't know, this is supposed to be like a military world kind of, but yeah, anyways, I don't think there was anything else for the exterior. I don't know. Moving on to the interior. Again, the first thing you will see me do is the bar. The bar. My voice is dying again. I don't know why, because I've been talking all day, so like it shouldn't be dying. Usually this happens if either I'm really tired, which I kind of am, so maybe that's why, or that I haven't talked all day, so like my voice isn't just not like used to talking. But I haven't talked to my friends and my boyfriend all day, so I don't know what's up with that. But anyways, you'll see me do the bar first, and I decided to go with I think the bar and the bar backing are both from, again, the horse riding expansion pack. It just works so well. And I wanted the bar to be, I don't know how to explain it, but I wanted there to be like a foosball table and like a TV, but then also this machine, like music machine, where like you can put in money and then you can like decide the songs yourself, if you get what I mean. We have one from Base Game that is kind of similar, but the one that I went with, I think, is from Strangerville, like the game pack Strangerville. It's so confusing when the game pack name is Strangerville and then the world's name is also Strangerville. I don't know why, but that messes with my brain sometimes. But anyways, I decided to go with one from, again, Strangerville, just because it was bigger and I felt like it fitted in so well. And again, in general, the bar has kind of this like laid back feel. I feel like it has a lot of like locals that go to it, and like everyone knows everyone, and it's not like a club bar. It's like a classic bar where, like, you know, they have the people, like the regulars, you know, the same people come in every day, and again, everyone knows everyone. And then the thing I will do after that is the like first hallway kind of, and then the laundry space. I wanted there to be some sort of like communal laundry space. There ends up being a washer, or 2 washers and 2 dryers, and some like, I wanted there to be a surface where like it would look like it would fold your laundry. So I used this table that I don't know where it's from. It might be from the, what's it called? The Get to Work expansion pack. It might be from that. I don't know. But then I just put some like folded laundry on top of it to kind of showcase that this is where it's supposed to be. And then there ends up being this like little room off of that as well. And in there I did this like makeshift kind of like ironing board thing, which we have this ironing board from Laundry Day, but it's supposed to be like on the wall. But I've seen a few different people, I think Jessica Pye was the first one I saw do this, but like where you rotate it with a tool mod and put it on a surface, it kind of looks like the ironing board is laying down. And so I did that. And then you also see in the screenshots, I do end up putting a like a water heater, is that what it's called, from the, I think it's from the foreign expansion pack, also in that like laundry space, just because I realized that you might need that for this build, and I felt like, again, it was just more fitting to have that in there. And then after that, you will see me do the first apartment. So going in and talking about like all the Sims that I imagine living on this lot. So this first apartment is really cozy. I really like it, but it is kind of messy, and that's because I was imagining that the person living here really wants to solve the like Strangerville mystery. So I'm going to be completely honest. I have never played through the Strangerville like game pack, and I don't exactly know what it is in it, just because I know that one day I'm gonna and I don't want to spoil it for myself, but basically, if you didn't know, with the Strangerville game pack, there is this like huge mystery that is like in this town. So like everyone, not everyone, but most people around here will like walk weirdly, or they will be like abducted by aliens or something like that. Like it's a whole like conspiracy thing, and it's supposed to be like based off of Area 51, I'm pretty sure, which again, very like conspiracy based and stuff like that. And so basically you have to solve this like mystery in this world, which again, I haven't really looked into it, so I try to do my best without actually knowing what happens, but basically, again, I was thinking that this sim really wants to solve it and is very much into like conspiracy and stuff like that, so I put like files everywhere and like thumb drives, and is that what it's called? Is it called a thumb drive? I think so. Maybe. I don't know. Um but like photos everywhere and like classified documents everywhere and stuff like that. So this apartment is very cozy and I really like it, but it is kind of messy because there's just documents everywhere. And if you want to play in this apartment but not have that, you can just like delete those things and it would work perfectly as like a normal apartment. But I really like it. I did struggle with the floor plan for both this apartment and the apartment above it just because of this like angled corner, because I didn't know how to place things. In the end, it ends up working out, but I did struggle a little bit. So in the end, it looks kind of funny, but again, I think it works. Maybe I'm biased, but who knows. But yeah, basically, I imagined that the sim living here is like, again, very much into like conspiracies and is trying to, solve this mystery, which I had never done an apartment like this before, like a build like this before, because I've never really had to, and I am so happy with it, and I really hope you guys like enjoy it as well. But yeah, anyways, the second apartment, which by the way, I imagine there to be like one person living in that apartment, and then the apartment above it is for, well, I'm not sure if I wanted to be for 2 sims or 3 sims, because there ends up being 2 bedrooms, one for 1 or 2 parents and then one for a kid. And again, I don't know if I wanted to be 1 or 2 parents. I haven't decided, but I was thinking that either way, the parent or one of the parents at least is in the military career, which I think that would be kind of funny, like the person living literally like under them like under their apartment. That sounds really weird, but like in the apartment under them, there we go, is like really into conspiracies, like trying to figure out if there is some military conspiracy maybe, but then the people above them are like in the military and is actively there. So in that apartment I tried to put some like hints towards them being in the military, so like military flags and stuff, and I think some medals and stuff like that as well. So yeah, again, very like StrangerVille coded. That's really funny, but it meant like it's very like catered towards the world of StrangerVille, because again, I never get to do apartments or builds for people like this normally. Sometimes I might have someone in the military, but like specifically like with the conspiracy things, I had so much fun with it. The second apartment is like more of a quote unquote normal apartment. It is still kind of messy, but not as messy, and it doesn't have like classified documents laying everywhere and stuff like that, but I still had a lot of fun with it. And then the apartment that is above the music store, I was imagining is the owner of the music store, and so that's why the like entrance to the apartment, you have to go through the music store to get there, but it's just kind of how the floor plan worked out. And yeah, again, I was thinking that that's just like a normal person who they love music and they just have probably like lived in Strangerville their entire life, and they decided to open a music store here, and maybe they like inherited it or something like that. And the music store itself, I had so much fun with. Like, it was one of my favorite things I've ever done. It was so much fun, and I really hope you guys like it as well. I tried to make it into a music store that has not just like instruments but also like records and stuff like that. And so I did it in a way where, like, from when I've been in music stores, like that's kind of how I've seen them, and I wanted to be cozy, so there ends up being a few different like seating areas, so maybe you like sit there and listen to music or like try instruments, or maybe someone is sitting there playing guitar one day, who knows. And I just had so much fun like decorating this entire build and like cluttering it up, and just putting, again, there ends up being crack in the walls everywhere, and there ends up being like some exposed bricks, which I love me some exposed brick. And in general, again, I just absolutely adore this build, and I hope you guys like it as well and have fun like maybe playing in it. And if you do play in it, let me know if it's like a good one for, again, the Strangerville mystery, because again, I have never played it. Should I probably, since I'm building this? Yes, 100%, but I don't play the game that much anymore, and honestly, every time I have the urge to want to play the game, I kind of don't. I kind of don't, just because I want to have my own save file for it. So that's why I'm like working on my save file all the time because I want to play in my own save file so badly, but I haven't yet because it's not done, but it's getting there, I promise. I might release a version that is like not completely finished, but like a 1.0 version kind of at some point. I don't know, let me know if that's something you guys would want. But yeah, anyways, moving on back into the build. Yeah, I don't actually know if I have anything else I want to talk about when it comes to the build. I don't know. By the way, the kids room I really like. It ends up being kind of like pink, but I wanted it to be still like rustic because this entire build is kind of rustic, which I don't know if that's a thing with like the Western style, but I just felt like it fitted so well. Again, with using like horse ranch, it just worked out that way, and I really like it. And yeah, I don't know if there's anything else. I don't know. As always, let me know if you have any questions. You will only see me do the first bathroom in the first apartment, and then you won't see me do any of the other bathrooms, just because they all basically look the same, and I didn't want to bore you too much. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know if there was anything else. I might like interrupt my rambles if I see anything else as I'm recording the rest of the video. I don't know. I also really, really hope that the voiceover didn't get messed up by me, like my PC being weird. It's been weird lately. I don't know what's been going on with it. I think I did clean it, and I think I might have to reset my RAM, and that might be why it's been weird. But yeah, anyways, how are you guys? I hope you're well. I hope you're better than me. That sounds really weird, but I've had a week, truly a week. I took last week off because last week I just had a really tough week, like mentally. This week, mentally, I've been fine. Physically, no. Because, I don't know, you know when you just have those, like, sometimes you have, like, a day where you're like, what is this day? Like, why? That's been this entire week for me. It started off great with me. Like, I also wasn't in school that much last week because mentally I was just not having it, and so I was taking a mental day 3 days in a row, but like it's fine. But I was back in school on Monday, and I was in such a good mood, and I was like, I feel so like energetic. I'm so ready for school. Like I'm so excited for this. Yeah, I shouldn't have been. I shouldn't have been excited because oh my goodness, that was a day. Again, it started out great. Ended up with me having a concussion because I hit my head on a lamp, which sounds really weird, but I don't know if this would make sense to anyone else, but there's this like we have this lamp in school where it's like right above like a group of sofas, and we were sitting in the sofas, and I was going to like take my things that I had like on the coffee table and then like stand up, but then when I stood up, I hit my head. By the way, this happened twice. The second time it happened, it was the worst, and that's like when I got my concussion. But the first time after that, I should have known. But basically I stood up, and as I stood up, like I don't know how, but I hit my head on the lamp that was above the coffee table. I don't know how, but it's this, and it sounds really weird, like how would you get a concussion from that? But basically the lamp is this like thick, like basically like frosted glass, which I don't know why, but anytime there's frosted glass, it's just so thick and just so like, I was gonna say heavy, but like, you know what I mean? Like it would just, if you hit your head or something on it, it will hurt, and it did. And yeah, I had a concussion from that, and so I went home. I didn't go home early that day. I did get picked up by my mom though, because usually I take the train and then the bus home. Oh, voice crack. Usually I take the train and then the bus home, but my mom was able to pick me up because I was like, my head is killing me, please come and pick me up. And she was like, will do. But then the day after, I was home because my head was killing me, and then on Wednesday I was like, it's okay, because I've had concussions before. Like, I am the world's clumsiest person. I've had concussions before. I think this is, like, concussion number 6 in my life, or something like that. It's a mild one. Like, don't worry, I'm fine. My head hurts. I feel a little nauseous, and I'm a little bit dizzy. But, like, other than that, I'm fine. I haven't fainted. I haven't thrown up or anything like that, so it's not, like, a serious. It's a mild one, I promise. But... basically, I went to school on Wednesday because I was like, it's okay, like I feel relatively okay, I'm just gonna go. And it was pouring down that day, and first class my head started hurting like no one's business, but it hurt so badly. And so I was like, I might go home early. Like, I texted my mom and I was like, I want to go home early. And she was like, okay, I'll pick you up at like 12 because that's when her meeting ended. And so that was the plan. And she did. But before that, after my first class, because I only have 3 classes a day, they're all like 80 minutes. And so I have my first class, half an hour break, second class, an hour lunch, and then my like last class. So it's a relatively easy day, but basically we finished our first class. Me and 2 of my friends were going to go to like this store during that 30-minute break to like get something to drink or something. And because it was pouring down, I fell on the stairs. And we have these like huge like stone steps up to my up to like the front doorway into my college. And yeah, I fell on my ass and it was not fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I've fallen downstairs so many times. I fall up and downstairs. People question me on how I fall upstairs. I feel like that's pretty easy to do, at least in my opinion. Like, I've fallen upstairs so many times, and maybe that's just me, but I have. But anyways, I've fallen upstairs many times. That was not what I was going to talk about, but now you know. But I'm like the world's clumsiest person. Like, this happens a lot, but because it was pouring down and I wasn't prepared and I couldn't, like, normally if you like fall, you can kind of like dampen? Is that how you say that? I don't think that is how you say it, but like you can soften the blow, if that makes sense, like with your hands, so you can kind of like, you know, so you don't hit like the rest of your body as hard. I couldn't do that because it was so quickly, and these steps are very steep, and so I went from 1 second to the next. I was on my ass. Sorry if you heard that. I hit my hands because again I talk with my hands, but I hit my ass on these like stone steps like really hard, and then I fell down like a couple of stairs. And my 2 friends that was with me, they were like, oh my god, are you okay? Like, they kept asking me that, and I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And I had an umbrella. I still had the umbrella in my hand somehow. That was a miracle. However, my phone, somehow my phone didn't break, but I was on the phone at the same time. I was on the phone with my boyfriend and one of our friends. So they witnessed this happen. But I dropped my phone while this happened. Somehow, again, it didn't break. Thank you God for that, but that happened. And so I think that might have been why as well, because like the stairs were really slippery. I have a concussion. I was busy like talking to my IRL friends and my boyfriend on my phone, and it was just so much going on. So I think I just fell. And again, my 2 friends IRL, they were asking like, oh my god, are you okay? My boyfriend and my friend on the phone, they had no idea what was going on. They were like, huh? Because they didn't realize, because again, for them the phone just went dark, because I had my camera on, but like the phone just probably just went dark because it flipped. But also my math teacher was behind me, which is honestly the most embarrassing thing about this, is that my math teacher was behind me, and I was having math right after this. Because I had like Swedish the first lesson, and then I had math, and then my last class was also math. So you witnessed that. And then I was like, I told my friends, I was like, I'm not going to the store, you guys go. I'm gonna go inside and like see if I like actually got injured or anything like that, because at that time I had like so much adrenaline, so I was like, I'm fine. Turns out I was not fine. I have injured my tailbone like really badly, so sitting is not fun. Right now I'm in so much pain. I took some pain meds like a couple of hours ago, so now I'm pretty okay, but it still hurts. But yeah, I haven't been able to like sit or walk properly, which it sounds so funny. When you say like you injured your behind, it sounds so funny. But like if you've ever injured your tailbone, you know how much that hurts. And this is like, it's like so many people kept asking me if I was sure that I hadn't broken it, and I haven't, because if I did I wouldn't be able to walk, but I might have like severely like bruised it or injured it in some other way. I don't 100% know, but it's injured, that's for sure. And this was on again Wednesday, and it's now Saturday night, and it's not gotten better at all. If it hasn't gone better by next week, I'm gonna contact doctors and be like, hey, I might need something for this. But yeah, so my tailbone is not having a good time, I also injured my elbow. So I haven't been able to like put my elbow, like prop it up on somewhere, and it's my right one. So usually if I'm sitting at my desk or something, I will like have my elbow like on my desk and like sitting with my phone. Sometimes if I'm like not doing something like on my PC, and the same thing in class, but I can't because my elbow is also, it's not, I don't know what happened to that one. I think I just hit it, so it's bruised, but it's also just in pain. And also if I move it too much, it's in pain. So like playing games has been a little bit hard because obviously first off, I can't really sit without being in pain, and then my elbow is in pain, and it's again my right one, which I'm right-handed, so you know, that's fun. Yeah, and then again, because my math teacher saw this happen, he then brought it up to the entire class. To be fair, it wasn't in like a way where it was like he was making fun of me. He first off asked if I was okay. Don't worry, like he made sure that I was okay. And then he was like, let this be a cautionary tale for everyone. And I was like, really? You're telling the entire class about this? For the record, we're like 16 people in my class, and not everyone was there that day, and they would have found out anyway, so I'm not mad about this at all. But and I was making jokes about it too because it was really funny. But it was so funny. And then when I told him, I was also like, oh, by the way, it's not just this, I also have a concussion. And he was like, what is this week? And I was like, I don't know. So basically, I left school early that day as well, at 12, because I was in pain, and I have been in pain ever since. And then I didn't go to school on Thursday, because I was in so much pain, and I just, like, I won't be able to sit in school, and, like, it won't be able to. And then on Friday, I had a meeting at school, so I had to go for that, and then I talked to, like, a couple of my teachers and explained it, like, why I hadn't been in school, and they were like, oh my god, this is a terrible week for you, and I was like, I know, I'm aware. And then otherwise I've been home trying to deal with this, but it's been really hard. I have to like sit weirdly because my tailbone, again, it sounds so funny, and it's kind of embarrassing when like people ask you, because like I sometimes say, like, I will say to my friends, like, oh, sorry if I'm like weird or like acting weirdly, I'm in so much pain. They're like, what did you do? Or like, what hurts? And I'm like, my behind. Or like sometimes I say my tailbone because that sounds better, but still, it's kind of embarrassing to say it like that. But like it like it shouldn't be embarrassing, but like it's embarrassing. But yeah, now all of you know, because I like embarrassing myself even more. But yeah, so that's how my week has been. I hope yours a bit better. Weirdly, nothing happened on Friday the 13th, which is, maybe this entire week was Friday the 13th, who knows. Then also some like other things happened, which I am not going to talk about because that is like personal stuff, which I just told you how I injured my tailbone, like that's pretty personal, but like this is like something that I don't want to talk about. But other things happened this week as well, and yeah, it's just not a great week, except for like my friends and my boyfriend. That's been amazing because I've been spending like so much time with them since I've been at home. I've been able to be on call with them, and so that's been nice. And I've been having like good food and stuff like that, and my family is great, but like school wise and injury wise, I'm not having a good time. And so when I say I hope you guys have had a better week than I have, I mean it. Please, none of you have a concussion or an injured tailbone or an injured elbow either, because it's not fun. And again, like, I'm used to this because I'm so clumsy, but like this is bad on like a new level, honestly. But yeah, otherwise, what have I been doing this week except for being in pain? Again, I've been talking a lot with like my friends and my boyfriend. That's been fun. I have been able to like been playing games because it sounds weird. It's like, why would I be playing games if I'm in so much pain? It's a good distraction for me. Plus, I'm like really, really bored. So it makes sense. I've been playing a lot of Valorant, which is really not good for my elbow, and so I need to take breaks when I do that as well. But I'm playing a lot of Valorant. I'm into that game again, which is not great because Valorant is Valorant. And then what else have I been doing? I've been watching 911. I finished 911, like the original 911. Because someone asked me to update them on like what I thought about it. I really liked the last seasons. I thought I wouldn't because of how they asked the question, like, because when they commented, they were like, Let me know what you thought about, like, I think it was like season 6 or 7, season 6 and 7, I think, because they were like interested in hearing what I thought about it. So I thought they was gonna be bad, but I kind of like them. Season 7 was a little bit boring, but I kind of like them. I liked them. I did talk about it in my last video as well, about how the season I was watching then, if it was like season 5 maybe, there was just kind of a lot going on. Like people coming in and out, and it was like a weird season, but otherwise I liked it. I am excited for the new season that's coming out now. I think so. I'm excited about that. And then I started rewatching 911 Lone Star as well, because when I was watching that, I was like, I really want to watch 911 Lone Star now, because I liked Lone Star more originally, like when I watched them the first time, but now I think I liked like the original 911 more. Which makes sense, because the Lone Star is cancelled now. I don't think it's not getting a renewal for season 5, I think. On season 2 right now. And yeah, I still really like it. I just think 911, like the original, is better, maybe. I don't know. I like both of them. There is an episode on season 2 where they like collide, if that makes sense. Like they interact with each other, and that was really fun to see. But I wish it would have been like the entirety of they're like 911 and then Lone Star also. Like I wish it would have been the entirety of both of them interacting, but it wasn't, sadly. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, I'm watching that. What else I've been doing? I've been playing a little bit of Sims. I've been editing this video. We're getting 2 new kits next week, which, by the way, I'm hosting a giveaway for them over on my Twitter, which I can link to that in the description box if you want to check it out. But yeah, I'm hosting a giveaway for those, thanks to the Creator Network. But yeah, and also if you're buying the two new kits, you can always use my creator code if you want to support me and my content. You obviously don't have to, but if you want to, you can. What else is there? I'm really excited about those new kits, by the way. Obviously I will talk about it next week, but I'm really excited about it because I have been thinking recently how I like really want a nursery kit, and the nursery kit is like in collaboration with one of my favorite CC creators, and so I'm so excited for that, and it looks so good. And I really like that they went that you can have like a, because if anyone knows Goth Baby on Twitter, on TikTok, it's giving that, and I'm so in love with it because I love Goth Baby. It's so fun. Which sounds really weird. I don't like when like parents like exploits their children online. Like I don't like that, but I like when, so I shouldn't like Goth Baby, but like I still do. But in general, I'm not one for like mom talk or like when people like family vloggers and stuff like that. That's not my thing, because I think that children should just be children. But I think Goth Baby is fun because people get so provoked by it. People are like, let the child be a child, and it's like, she is, like, the child is still being a child. Like, what are you talking about? And so it's really funny to read the comments. But yeah, anyways, I'm really excited about that. And then we're getting an artist kit, which I am so excited about because I love making like art rooms in this game, and I love art in general, and so I'm so excited to make one with this new kit. And I think I'm gonna make like some sort of like apartment with it. That's probably gonna be next week's video. But yeah, I'm so excited, and I feel like the Sims team have been really listening to us recently, so I'm really excited about all the new things coming. I am surprised we're getting a new expansion pack like so soon though, because we did just get Lovestruck. In my mind, Lovestruck happened like a month ago. I know that happened in July, right? But for me, it happened a month ago. But I think we're getting the new expansion pack like within the next month. I think it was in October, which is insane. But I'm really excited about it because the entire like teaser for it, like for this entire like quarter of the year, was tarot card themed, which if you've been here before, you will know that I love tarot cards. Not in the way you might think though. I don't particularly believe in tarot cards. Like, I've never been to a reading, probably never will, or actually I might, because that would be really cool. But in general, I really like the aesthetic, and I really like the like Wicca and celestial aesthetic in general, and that's kind of how my entire room is. Plus tarot cards, like the reason I got into it and to begin with is that tarot cards is a really big deal, really a big part of my favorite book series of all time, which is the Raven Cycle. If anyone knows the Raven Cycle, I love you. I did build 300 Foxway like years ago. I think it was like 4 years ago, probably 3 years ago, something like that. I was gonna go check that out if you want to, but honestly don't, because the quality is probably not that good, and I don't know if I would like build it the same now, maybe. But anyways, I love the Reigning Cycle, and again, tarot cards is a really big part of it, and so I feel like I might like the new expansion pack and everything that's gonna come in this quarter, just because of the teaser. Like, I'm really excited. But yeah, other than that, what else can I talk about? I don't know. My head is starting to like hurt a lot, so I don't know what to do. I'm probably, after this, I'm probably gonna go lay down to just let my body rest a little bit. Maybe go to sleep, because it is like 1 a.m. It is 1 a.m. I thought it was gonna be not. I didn't think it was gonna be 1 a.m. but it was. So oh well. I have also started reading The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, which I'm so excited about. I'm reading it for class. Like, we were for English class. We are all like picking our own books, and the first book I picked was called Very Old Bones by William Kennedy. I don't particularly recommend it. I only got 20 pages in and I DNF'd it because, oh my god, it was bad. The word choices, the scene choices, everything was just not it. So I asked my English teacher, I was like, hey, can I choose another book, because I hate this? And she was like, yeah, you can, because I explained to her why. And she was like, yeah, you can. And then I realized that I had The Bell Jar at home already, and I wanted to read that, so I decided to read this, and so far I'm really liking it, and I'm seeing why it's a classic. And I'm really excited to keep playing it, to keep reading it. There we go. But yeah, what else? I don't know. I need something to talk about, and I don't know what. Oh no. Oh, actually, I have this one thing that I have been like meaning to talk about for like months, and this happened so long ago, but now I can talk about it because I have literally nothing else to talk about. Hold on 1 second, I'm gonna have to look something up. Okay, I found it. This is literally from the beginning of July, and I was going to talk about it in like one video just because it was funny, and then I haven't had like time in videos, but now I have, because I have literally nothing else to talk about, because I don't know. Also, I think because my brain is hurting literally because I have a concussion, I don't know what to talk about. There's probably a bunch more things that I want to talk about when it came to this build. Did I? No. Instead I'm going to talk about this, because it involves two of my favorite things. It involves my boyfriend, which is my favorite thing, and then Taylor Swift. Which is really random. So I've talked about before how my boyfriend doesn't like Taylor Swift. Like, he doesn't mind it. Like, I can play her music, and like, he won't be like, ew, turn it off. But like, he knows I love it, so like he will, you know, bear with me. And he literally listened when Tortured Poets Department came out. He literally listened to the entire album with me the first time, because he was like, I know I don't like it, but you do, so therefore I'm gonna listen to it. Which, by the way, get yourself a man or a partner that does that for you, because amazing. But anyways, I've talked also about how before, I don't know, actually I've talked about this, but anyways, on TikTok and on Instagram, I think there's this like thing where like ask your friend, or like ask your boyfriend or a girlfriend, or like whatever, like what like blah 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 you are. So it would be like maybe like what season you are, or like what weather you are, or I don't know, like those are the only things I can think of. But a couple of months ago, again in the beginning of July, there was one that was like, ask your friends which Taylor Swift album you are. And I've seen this one like so many other times, and I've always wanted to send one to my boyfriend, but like he doesn't know Taylor Swift, so he wouldn't know what the different albums mean. But this one had like words together with it. So like, for instance, the debut, it says here like debut, there's obviously pictures of like the debut like aesthetic, and then there's like words that describe that person. It would be like kind, loves hugs, funny, dumb humor. So like that's debut. And so I sent that to my boyfriend, wondering like, I wonder what he would think I am. And he said Reputation, Lover, and Folklore, which I was really happy about, because those are some of my favorite albums. Folklore is my favorite album. Then it's probably Tortured Poets Department, Evermore, Red, and Midnights, maybe? I think so. I do love Reputation, don't get me wrong, but I'm really waiting for the Tails version of it. And I do love Lover, but like some of the songs. But anyways, he said those, and so I'm just gonna read you what those says, and I'm gonna leave Reputation to last because that was the one that was like, huh. But Lover is like loves to bake, which I do. Always smells nice, which is like, thank you. And then Pretty, which is my boyfriend. He's gonna say that. I don't agree, but he's gonna say that. And then Trustworthy, which makes sense because I'm very trustworthy. And then Folklore, which again I was so happy with, was Introvert, which yes. Blonde hair. I literally have blonde hair. It's my natural hair color. I've had so many different hair colors, but not blonde is my natural, and that is also currently what I have right now. And then loves watching films, which is also true. And then Loyal, which I am. It's like those make sense. But then I was like, why did he say Reputation? Because that like doesn't make sense. Because it says extrovert, which I'm not. I'm an introvert. And then funny, I'm not funny. I'm me, I'm not funny. And then loves parties, which I don't. Like, I don't like parties. So I was like, why? And then I looked at the last one. And it says short. Which, by the way, to that, he just responded with those. He didn't give an explanation. And then when I was talking to him, it was like, yeah, I put Reputation just because of short. And I was like, dude, I swear to God, this hasn't gone too far, because I have talked about before, I think, about how my friends and my family and my boyfriend, like everyone who knows me, and people in school now too, everyone will call me short. I am not short. I am 5'6". I am not short. I do have short legs, so I look shorter than I actually am most of the time. Because if you have longer legs, you will look taller, but I have shorter legs, so that wouldn't make sense. But anyways, but yeah, everyone calls me short, which like it makes sense in my family. Because again, my brother, I've talked about, I think I might have mentioned this before, but like my brother is 6'6". Like he's literally a foot taller than me. My dad is 6'4" or 6'3". They're tall. I am short, and I was supposed to be tall, but because of medical reasons, I'm shorter than I was supposed to be. But like, I'm still not short. I'm average height. But my boyfriend and all my friends will also call me short, which doesn't make sense. But anyways, everyone would call me short, and I was like, why? Nothing else on Reputation applied except for short, according to him. And short doesn't even apply, which I just wanted to tell you guys that to give you a laugh and to show you how out of my way my boyfriend will go to make fun of my height for no reason at all. If you're watching this, boyfriend, I love you. Stop it. Stop it. Which he might actually watch this because he does watch my videos sometimes, but that's not why. I'm not short. If anything, I'm average. I'm not short. But yeah, again, that's how, I also feel like that's pretty common. Like, boyfriends will do that. They will just go to the lengths of doing that. Because again, everything else on the other two applied, I guess, in case, well, except for, there we go. Except for Pretty, which I'm not. But again, it makes sense that he would say that because he's my boyfriend. So, you know, that would make sense. But everything else I would agree with. Like, I'm an introvert, I'm pretty trustworthy, I'm loyal, I love baking, I have blonde hair, like, everything else makes sense, except for short. And I was like, the other things too, like, I'm not an everything in Reputation just didn't make sense, but that did. And I'm like, dude, I swear to God, why did you do this? But yeah, so that was my fun tidbit. Again, I was supposed to tell you about this like months ago, but I'm telling you about it now because I have nothing else to talk about. There's probably, again, so much more I should have talked about, but my head is like exploding right now. It hurts so badly, and I feel like I have a fever. I don't, but like I feel like I do, and I'm in pain, and it's just overall I'm not having a good time. But yeah, I want to sleep. That's what I want to do. What do you guys want to do? I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm so happy this video is almost over because I'm starting to feel drunk, so that's great. But yeah, anyways, does your boyfriend also make fun of you for being short, or like your partner, do they also make fun of you for being short when you're not? Because same, everyone does, and it doesn't make sense. It's the same with my sneezes. People make fun of my sneezes, like, no matter what. Some things I'm like, my friends will make fun of because like one person started making the joke and like everyone else, like, you know, starts making fun of it as well. But it's a problem when like your friends, like online, which are like your closest friends, your college friends, and your family all make fun of it. Like, They haven't talked to each other about this. You know it's bad then, because they all make fun of my sneezes. And I'm like, I sneeze like a normal person, I think, but apparently I don't. They also make fun of me, again, for being short, and they also have all started to say that doing a mal is injuring yourself. Like, come on. My college friends have known me for a month, and they've already started saying that. Well, to be fair, after this week, that kind of makes sense. But still, I also did fall last week as well. On the grass, which was really funny. I mean, I am the clumsiest person alive, but like, come on. I don't injure myself that much, do I? To the point where, like, my family, my friends, everyone. Like, I've gotten texts before from my family when I haven't been, like, I was at my boyfriend's earlier this year. Like, I was visiting him for a couple of weeks, and I got a text where it was like, your mom did a mal, and I was like, oh god, what did she do? And she injured herself. And I was like, why? Why is this a thing? And that's when you know it's bad. Like, again, do your friends and family do this as well? Because, or is it just mine that likes making fun of me, which, to be fair, but, you know. Anyways, I don't know what else to talk about. The new Sabrina album is out. It's a great album. 10 out of 10, recommend. Was there anything else? I don't know. I'm waiting for this video to end. But again, I'm really proud of this build, and I really hope you guys liked it. And I am so sorry for this voiceover. This voiceover is all over the place. I really hope it didn't get messed up. If it did, I'm going to end it all, because I've talked for like an hour now, and I don't want to talk for another hour. If this video comes out late, you will know why. If this video comes out late, you won't be listening to this, because this voiceover would not have worked out, which means that I have to re-record it, which means that you wouldn't have heard anything of what I just said. Oh my god, my brain. But anyways, that's basically it for this video, and I really hope you liked it, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!
Ooh.